Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back once again to the Bronies UK channel. It is I, Sam, your co-host of this channel, and I today bring you some really interesting MLP G5 updates. All hail to Galaxy Hot Chocolate. So, without further ado everybody, let us begin. We've got a couple of stuff to discuss. This is all basically through Equestria Daily, quite possibly the best source for official MLP information. So, to kick it all off, this article I admit has been knocking around for probably over a week now, and finally getting around to talking about it. So we've got a few other things as well to talk about as well. So let's just begin. So, G5, My Little Pony plushies have officially been revealed, including our first look at Zipstorm. So, over on the Chinese Taobao website, a seller has listed a bunch of plushies that are apparently releasing sometime in the future. This includes the first look at Zipstorm, the Pegasus who is supposed to be like a Rainbow Dash. There's also posted a look at the tag, though it doesn't include anything relevant. Cutiemarks are on both sides. More pictures below. So, as you can see, we have our cast of characters here. Now, obviously, we've got Sunny, Izzy, and apologies for getting the name, Zipstorm. And I really just want to talk about the Cutiemarks, because as you can see, can we see all of them? So, out of the 4 characters showing, 3 of them have Cutiemarks. And there is an interesting theory in regards to G4 that only some of the let me rephrase that. There's a theory that the Cutiemarks only appear on one side, that they don't have them on both flanks, that they're only on one flank. Again, it's just a theory at the moment. So, if we start with Sunny's Cutiemark, because she's kind of the most visible. So we have what appears to be a blue crescent moon and 3 purple stars. Now, if you look, it's clearly visible on one side but not the other. But that could just be a marketing thing, because the tail's covering it up. Sorry, so it is on both sides, right. So anyway, so we have a blue crescent moon and 3 stars. Now, this could possibly be linked to, you see, if she was a unicorn, I would say magic, but she's not a unicorn, so obviously she's an earth pony, so magic is definitely not a thing for her. However, I am curious if the 3 stars at least represent Twilight Sparkle in some way. As we all know, there were 6 stars on her Cutiemark. Partially represented magic, but also I believe it also represented her friends, the elements of harmony. So, with 3 stars and the crescent moon, I'm going to make a guess that it's something to do with potentially nighttime, and maybe magic or friendship. Again, it's sort of hard to really tell because we just don't know enough about the characters. Moving on, we have give me 2 seconds. Sorry, Zipstorm. Sorry, I'm forgetting half the characters. Not Zipstorm. This is Izzy. Sorry, I believe it's supposed to be Izzy. Her Cutiemark is definitely a crown with, I can't quite tell what it is underneath the crown, but there's another sort of mark underneath the crown. It's like a crown with, I can't tell what it is. There's something underneath the crown. I know there's theories about this particular character and how she might be an actual royal princess of some sort, that she's got some sort of royal thing within the new Equestria. But, so we know at least she's got something to do with a crown, resembling a crown at least. Now next, this is Zipstorm, sorry. Zipstorm is the Pegasus, who a lot of people, as you could probably tell, are assuming that we're looking at Rainbow Dash, like the next generation, if you will. We've clearly got a lightning bolt with what appears to be either a small crown or possibly like almost like a flame. But the thunderbolt, which is blue and sort of neon purple, matches the character's mane. So I would definitely say, it's probably safe to say she is the G5 Rainbow Dash. And then Izzy, now Izzy is a unicorn, so her Cutiemark, I think it's safe to say, is related to magic in some way. Can't quite tell what it is, but it looks like almost like a blue heart with a lighter blue circle in the middle. And I just noticed, but she's got some sort of band around one of her legs there, look, so I don't quite know what that's about. Maybe it's just a piece of jewellery that she wears. But having a bit of a clearer look as we can get, I would definitely say her Cutiemarks linked into magic. If anything, we've got magic Cutiemark, speed Cutiemark, knowledge, maybe? Knowledge or friendship, I'd guess, with Sunny. And then with our pop princess, it's definitely a crown. But again, we won't know till the film gets released. But I'm thinking sort of magic, speed, friendship and leadership, maybe. Possibly what the Cutiemarks represent. So anyway, moving on. This is the latest bit of information I really want to talk about. This has been released today. And we're getting a look at 2 new characters that are G5 characters that have been officially revealed to be siblings. And as you can probably see from the picture, we're also getting a really interesting bit of reveal. So, to read, we finally have confirmation that these 2 are in fact siblings. Hasbro has released an image of both Zip Storm and Princess Pip Petals for Siblings Day to Day, celebrating their sisterly connection. Each of them will be joining Hitch Trailblazer, Sunny Star Scout and Izzy Moonbeam in a Netflix release this fall. And it goes on to state, obviously, now goes make a bunch of stories about them and definitely comment on the fact that Pip appears to be holding a phone. Future Equestria for sure. Now yes, to bring the image up, she is definitely holding what appears to be a smartphone. So, this is an official image, we know this is legitimate. That's really quite interesting. So again, we can safely say Equestria has moved forward leaps and bounds. If they've got technology like we have, then we could potentially be looking at hundreds of years have passed. And just one more time, I just want to briefly say, doesn't the animation look beautiful from what we're looking at? It's a shame that the series won't be following the same animation the film's following, but I think the animation alone is just going to be amazing. But just from this one picture alone, we get quite a bit that we can talk about in regards to Pip Petals. So obviously Pegasus, the design is a bit different from how the Pegasus were seen in G4. I mean, for a start, we've got almost like fair, like a thicker fur around the hooves, if you will, and the hooves are golden, so that's quite interesting. Her wings are almost real fluffy like, almost angelic in some way. And then we do have this almost like circlet around her head. Whether or not that's a crown, or that's just something she wears, we don't know. Worth pointing out, she doesn't have a Cutiemark. Again, there's a huge theory that the characters in the film are going to wear their Cutiemarks within the film. There's a theory that Cutiemarks no longer exist, and this new group of characters will bring them back into Equestria. But I think the most important thing to talk about is the phone. I mean, we're looking at a smartphone effectively. It looks like it even has a camera on it, just there. So if we have modern technology in Equestria, we have smartphones, we have radios, what else is going to show up? Are we going to see tablets, computers, aircraft even? Are we going to see a really advanced society? Even though the concepts of magic and friendship is gone, the ponies of Equestria have moved on in heaps and in strides. They've moved on a lot. So just from this one picture, we can really see how things have progressed. Now, just to go back one, because I want to quickly show you this quick screen animation. Here we go. Here's Pip. And here's her sister Zip. Pip, Zip. I like that. Pip and Zip. Now, just to zoom in on Zip, let's have a look at Zip. Now, I can understand why people are calling her the next generation Rainbow Dash, because she does have a bit of a Rainbow Dash look about her. Now, speaking of Rainbow Dash, there's something that's worth mentioning. The wings here that we're seeing, these quite amazingly designed wings, These are very similar to an actual design for Rainbow Dash's wings for the 2017 film. And if anybody's ever looked at the Art of book for the MLP 2017 film, originally Rainbow Dash was going to have wings similar to this design. They'd be the same colour, a rainbow colour, but they would look similar to this. So I'm interested to know two things, especially about Zip's character. One, is this design just being taken from unused ideas in the film, or potentially is Zip an ancestor of Rainbow Dash? Or should I say, is she a member of Rainbow Dash's family, should I say? Is she a descendant of Rainbow Dash? That's the word I'm looking for. Is she a Rainbow Dash descendant? Because just this one image here, you really do get a strong Rainbow Dash vibe. I do like the hair, or the mane, should I say. It's almost like toothpaste. It looks like toothpaste on a brush. But yeah, you really get the sense from this character that she's a very strong character. She's definitely used to dealing things in her own way and sorting her battles herself. But I definitely would say we're looking at the next generation Rainbow Dash here. I love the wing design, really do love the wing design. So I think Zip is definitely going to be our Rainbow Dash for this series, for this film and following series. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the community soapbox on Equestria Daily. Now, specifically, there's one thing I really wanted to talk about, and this is a brief article written by Shy Brony, and it states who will rule G5 Equestria. So it's an interesting article, so I just want to quickly discuss it. So here we go. So there's been a lot of discussion surrounding G5, especially now that we know it takes place in the same timeline as G4. But something that I think hasn't been much attention is the question of who will rule G5 Equestria. This is assuming that Equestria will reunite after the events of the G5 movie, of course. Here are some of my thoughts on who could or could not rule Equestria. First, I can almost guarantee that none of the main cast, Sunny and friends, will become rulers of Equestria. Not only do Sunny and her friends seem a little too young for such a responsibility, but how can they spend time adventuring and whatnot in the follow-up to G5 show if they're busy ruling Equestria? That is a good point to make. Perhaps by the end of G5, one or more of them could assume leadership of Equestria, but not this early on. It seems possible that Twilight could in theory make an appearance. Ignoring the whole Twilight failed argument, that's a topic which has already been covered by others, it's possible that ponies could unite around Twilight Sparkle. At this point, she may be the only alicorn left in the world. Perhaps Twilight has been sealed away for centuries, and Sunny and friends save Twilight with the power of friendship. Twilight then retakes the throne and unites ponies again. That is a really interesting theory. I mean, I know there's sort of a lot of stuff going on stating the main six won't physically be in the show, in the G5 film. And I know Tara Strong, who obviously voices Twilight Sparkle, has said that she won't be reprising the role. But let's be honest, we don't know if that's true. She could literally just be saying that because of contract reasons and because, you know, she can't reveal anything. But it's an interesting theory to think that Twilight might well be around. She's just somehow been sealed away. And maybe she does show up. That'd be interesting. Goes on to quote, "Perhaps a single ruler isn't what Equestria needs anymore. An alicorn is the ideal ruler because they embody all three races of the ponies and have immense power. But if there are no more alicorns to unite everyone, ponies may split and divide again. To keep the three tribes together, perhaps the best option is to democratize Equestria's government. Take this for example. Each race chooses a leader, so we have three leaders. These leaders debate amongst others, and there is some form of legislative branch to debate everyday policy. The example is akin to an oligarchic approach. The time like the Roman Empire with its Senate and the two elected consuls, or maybe Equestria with full democratic thing, you know. Electing one pony among 3 races to act as the supreme executive, while also electing representatives to serve in a parliament type system. I think a parliament system with proper representation would be the best legislation model for the nation like Equestria. We've seen democracy at the local level in G4, but democracy at the national level will be a brand new system for the ponies to implement. What do you think? That is an interesting theory from Shy Brony, especially with the idea of Twilight Sparkle coming back. You know, she's been locked away for hundreds of years. She comes back, and maybe she starts her own government, for example. It's an interesting theory. I mean, I am hoping in a lot of ways that the G4 main 6 will be involved in some way in the G5 film, whether that be from an historical standpoint or from a more story standpoint. But overall, I generally think G5 is going to be very, very interesting. I think we've got a lot to look forward to. I mean, it's the 9th of April now. The film's roughly 6 months away. So I think we might well be getting a teaser trailer of some sorts in the next month. So hopefully in the next month we'll have more information. We'll know what the characters sound like. We'll know roughly what the story's about. We'll have a better insight into the new G5 Equestria. So I think in the next month or so we'll have a much better idea of what's going on within the G5 universe. So there we have it, everybody. That's my little talk about the G5 information that we've had. Thank you very much for watching the video, and no doubt I'll be seeing you all in another live stream this weekend. Thanks very much. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.